Hi, I'm Doug and I'm with Harris. I've been working with equipment for alternate fuels for years. Alternate fuels like propane and propylene are easy to use, but there are certain things you need to know. Let's get started with an equipment overview. With acetylene, you had to use a gauge marked with a red zone because it can't be used above 15 pounds. With alternate fuels, they can be used at any pressure, so you can use a regulator with a plain face gauge. With acetylene, you used an R-grade hose. It has a rubber core. With alternate fuels, you have to use a T-grade hose. That comes with a neoprene core. For alternate fuels, Harris recommends injector mixers. Injector mixers provide exceptional flame stability and are easier to adjust and operate. Using an equal pressure mixer, like you use for acetylene, will just limit the performance of the gas. With acetylene, you used a single-piece tip. With alternate fuels, you'll use a two-piece tip. You'll also notice that the single-piece tip has a flat face. The two-piece tip is recessed. Now let's talk about some of the differences between running a torch on alternate fuels and acetylene. There are two major differences. One is when you light the torch, and the second is when you set the flame. When lighting the torch, unlike acetylene, it's permissible to turn on both gases and light them at the same time. In acetylene, we teach you to turn on the fuel gas first, light it, and then turn on the oxygen and adjust the flame. In alternate fuels, it's permissible to turn on both gases and light them at the same time. Turn on the fuel gas first, then the oxygen, and I'm listening for a little whistle. Once I hear that little whistle, I can light the flame. Now setting the flame, I'm listening for a very harsh whistle. Once I hear that whistle, I know I have the maximum flame temperature. You see how far out the stars go? So I bring it in, I give more oxygen. Now you see how hot they get? That's called the star pattern. When shutting off an alternate fuel torch as opposed to acetylene, it's permissible to shut off the fuel gas first and then the oxygen, and quite often we highly recommend that method. Since you demand performance, always be sure you are set up with the best and right Harris equipment for your application.